helpless, and I am a marine scientist and climate change strategist from Muscat, Oman. There has never been more demand on the world to produce more food, and over the next 2 decades, this pressure is only expected to increase by as much as 60%. At the same time, global agricultural systems are under threat from climate change, which raises concerns about future food security, livelihood, and human nutrition. And we must reconsider how we feed people and preserve the environment while our world is pressed under these numerous demands. Our ocean. Growing plants and animals in the ocean or marine aquaculture is a significant source of nutrition and, according to research, a potential solution to the problem of climate change. But because of its alleged history of environmental deterioration, it is frequently overlooked in discussions about building a regenerative, nature-positive food system. But I'm telling you this, if we practice wisely and sustainably, aquaculture is the way to go to increase global food production and trade opportunities amid changing economic and climatic conditions. As our reality changes due to climate change, folks who grow food in the ocean may end up being the future stewards of our primarily blue planet. Many of us have a traditional image of a farmer as a guardian of the environment, but no one industry can drive this effort by itself. So let's all join hands and work together to protect our natural heritage.
My name is Dr. Winifred Mulwa, a computational physicist by profession. The problem I am addressing now is the ozone depleting gases. Reduction of ozone layer depletion and global warming is the target of developing countries today. Current refrigeration technology utilizes the use of chlorofluorocarbons for the vapor compression cycle completion. In this vapor compression cycle, there is the emission of carbon dioxide and other harmful ozone depleting gases. Therefore, there is need to reduce this emission of harmful gases to air. So, the solution I'm coming up with, which is I am part of the solution to these ozone depleting gases, is coming up with a magnetic refrigeration technology. In this new technology, we use the magnetization and demagnetization of a refrigerant. So the technology uses the magnetocaloric effect. In magnetocaloric effect, there is no emission of harmful gases to air, but cooling in the refrigerator is caused by magnetization and demagnetization of the refrigerant.
I'm Carly McLaughlin and I am the Deputy Director of the Tyndall Centre for Climate Change Research. The problem that we have been looking at really cuts across all of the theme areas because it's about helping cities deliver against the ambitious climate change targets that they've often set themselves, but are struggling in that delivery stage of what does it actually look like to really put climate at the heart of what we're doing and every decision that we take. So we've worked very closely with Greater Manchester Combined Authority as part of the Centre for Climate Change and Social Transformation, the CAS Centre, to develop a carbon and co-benefits decision support tool that's now embedded in every decision in the Combined Authority, and we're working with partners to roll that out to other local authorities too. And it's really about trying to broaden the perspective that we have in how we develop and evaluate projects and make sure that everything is pulling in a positive direction rather than just shiny green initiatives. It's about how every decision a local authority in a city makes can make sure that it's delivering against our carbon and climate objectives.
My name is Rocio Silva. I'm a biologist from Guatemala and the co-founder of ILUS. We are working in the Coastal Marine Protected Area Hawaii on the Pacific coast of Guatemala. The site has the country's second largest mangrove remnant and coexists with 6 Ladino and 1 Xinca community, mainly dedicated to fishing and tourism. Our project was born based on the identification of the problem of the use of plastic and lack of management in the area. Plastic not only affects the ecosystem balance but people's health, as microplastics are now incorporated through the food web. Also, people are used to burning garbage, and the home burning of plastic releases greenhouse gases and toxic gases that are harmful, being women the most vulnerable group. All of this causes negative impacts in the tourism and fishery, two of the strongest economic activities in the area. The objective of the project is to implement participatory strategies for the resilient management of plastic waste led by the community. Together, we're going to make this by enforcing the empowerment, articulation, leadership, and capacities in scientific matters of local communities, and support with seed capital two local initiatives that seeks to solve the plastic problem.
My name is Nicole Williams, and I'm an African-American woman, marine scientist, and the Director of Outreach at 500 Women Scientists, an international nonprofit organization with the mission to make science open, inclusive, and accessible. I want to focus on the importance of environmental justice because it is a human right, and communities of color tend to be disproportionately impacted by environmental hazards at higher levels. Did you know that communities of color in the United States are more likely to breathe in polluted air and are more likely to live near coal plants? Communities of color internationally are also being affected by climate change. Pakistan is experiencing its worst humanitarian crisis in a decade with extreme flash flooding. You can check out other organizations who are doing the work to fight climate change. Listen to and amplify the voices of climate scientists of color. Register to vote and contact your representatives and ask them to take action against climate change.
I am Professor Vijaya Khadar, former Dean from Acharya N.G. Ranga Agricultural University, Hyderabad, India. Climate change affects the food security starting from the production, availability, accessibility, and also food system sustainability. Not only this, the rural poor adversely affects the intake of the food, which creates food insecurity. If you start with the alternative cropping or intercropping management, enhances the production and it improves the economic status of the farmer. Product development or alternative uses of the millets, which really contributes to nutritional security. 2023 is considered as an international year of the millet. I have developed two products, that is amylase-rich products and also therapeutic foods, which really contributes to the improvement of the nutritional status. Now, when you just talk about the fabrication of the equipments, low-cost ice cream freezer, as well as the fresh fish vending and display table for the improvement of the nutritional status, as well as to reduce the drudgery of the fisherwoman. Mushroom cultivation can be taken up by the illiterate woman at the rural level. It contributes to the economic improvement.
I am Dr. Emma Kassar and I'm a researcher in environmental science. I'm recording this message from the island of Malta. Air pollution is one of the world's largest health and environmental problems. In 2019, 99% of the world's population lived in areas that exceeded the most stringent air quality guidelines by the World Health Organization. A major source of air pollution is road transport, which provides a direct source of emissions at roadsides. Some businesses and people have made a commitment to support transport measures by reducing unnecessary travel, walk or cycle short distances, use public transport for long distances, and invest in clean and energy-efficient vehicles. These are some of the solutions that exist, and while some countries more than others have made the commitment to change, we need more countries to follow suit before the air around us gets harder to breathe.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rosemary Nalwanga from Mackay University. I'm a lecturer at the same time a researcher. Allow me to draw your attention to the fact that we are in the days of climate change. Now, one of the main challenges climate change has brought in our communities, like in the developing world, is water insecurity. In Uganda, the backbone of our economic development is agriculture. However, this agriculture entirely depends on rainfall. And if there are instabilities in our climate, in the amount of rainfalls we are receiving in the seasons, then food insecurity becomes another challenge. And as a scientist, what am I promoting? Back home, I'm promoting rainwater harvesting and also the aquaponics technology in farming. Ladies and gentlemen, you would ask yourself, why rainwater harvesting? It's because much as rainfalls are not favorable, but for example, in Lake Victoria Basin or in central Uganda, we are receiving about 1,200 millimeters of rainfall in a year. However, that comes within a shortest period of time, the reason why we get floods. So if we do harvest these rainfalls, we can be able to go through the dry seasons when we are irrigating our plants, and that way we can get food security. Then you would ask yourself, why Rosemary promoting aquaponics? First and foremost, first aquaponics is a technology where farmers have their fish in the tanks. However, instead of disposing of water as a waste, they utilize that wastewater to irrigate their plants, and also they can use it for growing other vegetables.
My name is Paola Rocabado Coya. I am from Bolivia and I'm doing my PhD in Córdoba, Argentina. In central Argentina, we have one of the most important ecosystems regulating water cycle, polylepis forests. In order to promote their recovery and to contribute to climate change mitigation, in the mountains of Córdoba, it is taking place since 1997, the first successful ecological restoration project for the country, as an initiative of Daniel Renison, a researcher at the National University of Córdoba. Thanks to his work and the support of many volunteers, nowadays we can appreciate an amazing native forest, where there used to be eroded soils, exposed rocks, and a poor plant cover. The restoration of these mountain ecosystems is very important to guarantee water supply, not only for human beings, but also for all the species involved.
Namaste, I'm Hemi Pafle from Nepal. I'm a scientist at Center for Water and Atmospheric Research at Kathmandu Institute of Applied Sciences. For the last 20 years, I have been researching in extreme climatic conditions like drought in Nepal and the surrounding countries. Currently, due to the rise in temperature, extreme weather patterns like drought are frequent and with greater intensity. Disruption from drought over natural resources excessively affect the developing countries, particularly the poor and vulnerable, including women and children. We have tried to address these limitations by developing a drought monitoring and assessing using freely available satellite datasets. For validating these satellite products and also to create a database of local weather parameters, we have also built a low-cost mobile weather station in our institute. By the help of this satellite data-based model of drought assessing and monitoring tool, we have also prepared a drought atlas of 20 years drought atlas of Nepal, Sikkim, India, Pakistan and Bangladesh from 2000 to 2020.
My name is Balbin Alendekon. I'm student in Master in Biotechnology and Plant Breeding. How paper production contributes to climate change? The production of paper needs 141 tons of wood. The trees in the forest are cut down to produce paper. Yet these trees provide carbon sequestration, thus decreasing the susceptibility of an increasing in the rate of carbon dioxide released into the atmosphere. So what to do? First, reforest after every tree harvest for paper production. Secondly, recycle paper and cardboard to produce other paper and cardboard products such as craft paper, cardboard, art and decorative objects, both. Paper and cardboard contain biodegradable wood fiber which promotes recycling, no toxic substance, and offer the possibility to recycle the same fiber several times. Thirdly, in agriculture, we can use it to produce compost by using cardboard and paper as a structuring and carbonaceous material, and in animal husbandry in the manufacture of animal bedding.
Dr. Samia Rabat, researcher in Science Technology Center of Excellence, Ministry of Military Production. My specialization in biotechnology from Faroe. From thousands of years, mycorrhizal fungi in the soil do symbiosis association with plant and taking carbon dioxide from the air. Human made of making pesticides, chemical and deforestation has distributed and destroyed this natural remedy of carbon dioxide by using mycorrhizal fungi. Nowadays, researchers have made in this mycorrhizal fungi which act as natural remedy for carbon dioxide increasing by using carbon sequestrations, which means capture and secure storage of carbon dioxide. This natural remedy of environment by using mycorrhizal fungi like Aspergillus stimulate plant growth as it uses carbon as building block in their cells. This and also stimulates the plant root to take a nutrient from the soils by making a symbiosis relationship.